Now, from Germany, S. Jaishankar will of course be travelling to France, where he'll also hold bilateral meetings with his French counterpart Jean-Yves Le Drian. Meanwhile, the United States and its European allies are in a state of huddle to try and see if there could be an end to the Ukrainian standoff through diplomatic means. They've also raised some serious concerns about the timing of Russia's military drills. Now, amidst the heightened tensions, the Russian President Vladimir Putin launched the strategic nuclear drills. And there are videos that show of the launch of the intercontinental ballistic missiles during the training. Now, the Defense Ministry has also released footage that shows a missile carrier taking off loaded with a cruise missile. Now, these military exercises by the Russians are, according to many analysts, a show-off to the Western onlookers, displaying Russia's military might. Vladimir Putin and his all-weather ally, Belarus, and the Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko oversaw the dramatic military exercises. Jets, helicopters, tanks and paratroopers were part of the drill. Belarus has in fact made its loyalty to Russia clear. The president is prepared to back its neighbor in case of a conflict. Now, the United States has repeatedly voiced its concerns that the ongoing military exercises by the Russians are being used as a cover ahead of a possible incursion into Ukraine. The United States has said that Russia has amassed over 150,000 troops along the border with Ukraine. It has surrounded Ukraine virtually from all four sides. But Russia has defended its moves, claiming that it does not owe any explanation to any nation in the West as to what it does in its territory and in the territory of its allies. The war games follow the American president's threat that Russia could of course invade into Ukraine in a span of the next few days. According to the Pentagon, 60% of Russia's overall ground troops are now stationed near Ukraine, while Kremlin claims that it has no plans of invading. The West has called this Russia's age-old war tactic.
We do not know what will happen, but the risk for conflict is real. NATO allies continue their strong diplomatic efforts to find a political solution. However, despite Moscow's claims, we have seen no sign of withdrawal or de-escalation so far. On the contrary, Russia's military buildup continues. We continue to monitor very closely. We call on Russia to do what it says and withdraw its forces from the borders of Ukraine.
This is a very dangerous moment in our history. We stand on the brink of what could be a war in Europe. I think it would be an absolute disaster, be a disaster for Europe, a disaster for Ukraine, and a disaster certainly for Russia.
Now, there are reports in the West that suggest that Russia is, of course, waiting for the Beijing Winter Olympics to end, and only after that will the country invade into Ukraine. The Olympics end today, that is the 20th of February. And this, of course, brings a lot of uncertainties in the conflict that is brewing in the borders along with Ukraine.
As we know, tomorrow we'll finish Olympic Games. And of course, President Putin won't take attention from China. But on Monday, we never know, and it's quite realistic.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.